You know, we spend our entire lives haunted by the concept of time. We watch the clock tick, we watch our bodies age, and we generally just accept this terrifying belief that one day our story simply ends. Well, in today's explainer, we're going to look at the science that proves that biological assumption completely wrong.
We almost always think of death as a permanent biological stop, right? But human biology holds this profoundly beautiful secret. From a purely genetic standpoint, the concept of a definitive end is actually an illusion. As you'll see, you are absolutely not just a temporary organism destined to fade away. Think about the massive contrast between how we normally perceive death and the biological reality of eternity. Sure, our physical bodies, what biologists call our somatic cells, they definitely experience decay and a definitive stop. But our genetic information? It really doesn't. You are actually a vital link in an unbroken chain. Biologically speaking, you are engineered for eternity.
Part 1. The Indestructible Code, your biological manuscript. Okay, to really understand this immortal thread, we have to zoom deep inside the nucleus of your cells. Just look at this number, 455 exabytes. A single gram of DNA holds that much data. To put that crazy number into perspective, all the information produced by the entire world over a whole year could fit into just 4 grams of DNA. It's literally a biological manuscript written over millions of years. Every single struggle your ancestors survived, every immunity they built up, and every tiny piece of their physical identity is locked securely inside that microscopic double helix.
And here's the kicker. This code is practically indestructible. It can withstand absolutely extreme temperatures, from negative 800 degrees to positive 800 degrees Celsius. Unlike the hard drives on our laptops that start degrading after just a few years, DNA stores data non-linearly in three-dimensional space. That means it remains readable and totally reliable for millennia. This code isn't meant to die with you. It is a physical medium expressly designed to be passed on, completely untouched by the decay of a single lifespan.
Let's move on to Part 2, the Mirror of Time, the Weissman Barrier and Germline Rejuvenation.
So you might be wondering, if our DNA is basically immortal, why on earth do our bodies age at all? Well, back in 1892, a German biologist named August Weissman hit on something huge, a concept called the Weissman Barrier. He realized that our reproductive cells are completely walled off from the everyday wear and tear of our bodies. It's essentially a one-way street. Your germ cells produce your body, but your body's physical damage doesn't go back and rewrite that core protected code. It helps to think of your body as having two entirely different operating priorities. Your somatic cells, so your brain, your skin, your heart, they're optimized for short-term survival. They're frail, they accumulate age and damage. But your germline cells, they are under intense selective pressure to stay absolutely perfect and preserve your genomic integrity. I mean, while your brain cells can't undergo a biological reset without wiping your memories, your germline cells regularly pull off the breathtaking magic of a complete biological age reset.
And the true engine of this immortality is heavily concentrated in female biology. While sperm obviously delivers half the paternal genome, the male germline is relatively short-lived and, honestly, a bit prone to accumulating age-related mutations. It's actually the oocyte, the egg cell, that supplies the entire molecular infrastructure, the whole factory, needed to execute the rejuvenation of a completely new organism.
The egg pulls off this incredible maternal rejuvenation in 3 highly coordinated steps. First up is epigenetic reprogramming. Think of this as basically wiping the chalkboard completely clean. It erases the age-associated drift and resets the biological clock right back to 0. Second is mitochondrial quality control. All your cellular energy factories come directly from your mother, and she rigorously filters out the bad ones to ensure perfect energetic fidelity. Finally, proteostatic clearance sweeps away all the damaged cellular junk before it can be passed on. It's literally a million-year-old biological reset button. But wait, it's not just a blank slate. Studies on these microscopic worms called C. elegans reveal something just unbelievable. Memories of environmental stress or trauma can actually be transmitted across generations. Small RNAs target specific MODEC genes, acting kind of like dimmer switches that can literally be tuned on or off to pass the biological memory of survival down to the next generation. So that immortal thread we're talking about, it carries not just the structural code, but the actual echoes of your ancestors' survival.
Which brings us to Part 3, the endless chain. You are the survival machine.
Let's step back and look at how we fit into this vast biological timeline. When a father looks at his child, he isn't just looking at a new life. He is looking at a biological mirror. Half of his exact genetic code,
his deepest physical traits, and his entire ancestral history are now breathing, walking, and growing in a completely new vessel. You are a vital link stretching all the way back to the dawn of humanity, preserving those immortal replicators inside you. Your biological blueprint has successfully escaped the boundaries of mortality.
The evolutionary biologist Richard Dawkins really hit the nail on the head when describing the selfish gene. He noted that these genetic replicators literally created us body and mind. We are simply the temporary, incredibly beautiful vessels, the survival machines, ensuring that the code successfully escapes the boundaries of our own mortality. As Dawkins says, their preservation is the ultimate rationale for our existence. So the very next time you find yourself watching the clock, worrying about the passage of time, I want you to remember your own biology. You are not a single isolated organism, just destined to fade away. You are a vital link in an unbroken, immortal chain stretching back to the very dawn of humanity and reaching far, far into the unknown future. Because as long as that genetic thread continues, as long as the code is safely past the next generation, what part of you truly dies?